Baseball-sized hail just punched through car roofs in Winters, Texas 20 minutes ago. A tornado warning is active for Runnels County right now, and it is radar-confirmed rotation. Tonight's hail threat covers a corridor stretching 400 miles across the heart of Texas. I kid you not, the hailstones falling in West Texas today are bigger than a baseball. Supercell thunderstorms are the reason why, and they are flat-out terrifying on radar tonight. A supercell is a rotating storm that taps all available energy for one single violent updraft. That updraft is what lofts hailstones up to 60,000 feet before they come crashing back down. Stones coated in ice layers and lofted that high arrive enormous and arrive very fast. Stones falling at 100 miles per hour will shatter concrete, not just glass and sheet metal. That is exactly the type of hail the NWS San Angelo warned about for the Winters area today. Winters, Hatchell, and Benoit. All three towns inside a confirmed tornado warning polygon tonight. Dale Simmons in Abilene called his wife. She could hear large hail hitting the roof. Dale told her to get to the bathroom. Exactly the right call during any tornado warning. Interior bathroom on the lowest floor with no windows. That is your survival room tonight, folks. Now, let me walk you through the hail map because these stone sizes are not normal for May. Softball-sized hail northeast of San Angelo. That is 4.5 inches across and nearly half a pound. Baseball-sized stones near Winters and Bronte. 2.75 inches, confirmed by storm spotters on the ground. Golf ball hail pushing toward Castell and San Saba. 1.75 inches moving southeast at 50 miles per hour. 3 different hail size reports across west central Texas in a single afternoon. No joke. Mark my words, roof and vehicle damage claims from tonight will number in the thousands. Each baseball-sized stone carries enough kinetic energy to crack a standard residential roof shingle. Softball hail has been documented punching holes straight through vinyl siding and asphalt roofing. When hail starts falling, do not go outside to look at it, not even for 1 second. People have been knocked unconscious by large hailstones. This is a life-threatening situation. Drop your city and state below, and I will keep a hail threat update just for you. I will personally watch the hail radar in your zip code all the way through the overnight hours. Let me take you to the tornado side of the night. This is where things get serious. Tornado warning issued for Central Coke County. Radar rotation confirmed at 3:53 p.m. Central Daylight Time. That storm was located near the intersection of Highway 158 and Ranch Road 2059 at impact time. Robert Lee and E.V. Spence Reservoir area were directly in the path of that tornadic storm. Second warning covered Winters and Runnels County with baseball hail, valid until 5:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Both warnings came from the same supercell complex that has been tracking southeast all afternoon. Here is what makes tonight's tornado setup so dangerous. It starts with storm mode, folks. Discrete supercells early in the event are the #1 producer of long-track violent tornadoes. A lone supercell running ahead of the main squall line has all the storm fuel to itself tonight. That is the setup that produces the EF2 and EF3 tornadoes that level entire neighborhoods fast. Good grief. The SPC tornado risk zone covers Abilene all the way southeast toward Waco tonight. Mary Collins in Waco told me she has her weather app ready and her shelter spot picked out. Mary, now tell everyone in your neighborhood to make that same shelter plan tonight. Now here's what most people watching do not understand about tonight's tornado risk, y'all. Tornadoes produced by discrete supercells are visible. You can actually see the funnel coming. But as storms merge into a squall line later tonight, tornadoes become rain-wrapped and invisible. Rain-wrapped tornadoes after dark are the deadliest combination in all of severe weather, period. You cannot see them, you cannot hear them over the rain, and they are moving way too fast. Do not wait for the siren tonight. Find your shelter before the warning ever gets issued. Sirens are outdoor warning devices. They are not designed to wake you up inside a house. Your phone weather alert and your NOAA radio are the two things that will actually save your life. Have them both charged, have them both turned on, and have them within arm's reach tonight. I need to stop right here and address something specific about the hill country threat tonight. Kerrville and Fredericksburg sit in terrain that channels wind and can amplify storm rotation. Hill country topography adds an extra layer of danger when a squall line passes through after dark. Brady, Llano, and Mason, that squall line is bearing down and moving way too fast tonight. 50 miles per hour forward speed gives you barely 10 minutes of warning before impact arrives. 10 minutes gives you no time to search. Know your shelter spot before the storm arrives. Pat in Charlotte asked me, Tom, what size hail actually damages a roof versus just denting it? Pat, 1-inch hail bruises shingles, 1.5 inches cracks them, and 2 inches punches through fast. Hail threat in the elevated risk zone reaches well above 2 inches across West Texas. If you live in Abilene, San Angelo, or Coleman, document your roof condition on video tonight. Video evidence of your roof before and after a hailstorm is your best insurance claim tool. Now let me shift to the Severe Thunderstorm Watch that covers San Antonio and Austin tonight. Watch 197 is a high damaging wind probability watch. That distinction matters for hail too. Wind-driven hail is exponentially more destructive than vertically falling hail on a calm night. 70-mile-per-hour winds pushing golf ball hail horizontally will shatter windows on impact. Slide your vehicles into a garage or park under a solid overhang before that squall line arrives. Betty in Wichita Falls sent a photo. Her truck took 47 hail dents from last April's storm. Betty, that was golf ball size. Tonight's threat in West Texas makes that look small by comparison. San Antonio. Storm window opens after 9 p.m., and that squall line is going to hit hard. Austin, Round Rock, and Cedar Park, directly in the path of 75 miles per hour gust and 2-inch hail. Kingsland and Burnett, you sit on the northern edge of the watch zone. Stay radar aware all night. Pleasanton, Cuero, and Gonzales. Damaging wind and hail are both in the picture for your area. Let me give you the tornado probability numbers SPC put out for the watch area tonight. Overall tornado probability for the watch area sits at 20%, low but absolutely real. EF2 and stronger tornado probability is 5%. That is 1 in 20 chance right there. Good Lord, 5% sounds small until it is your neighborhood catching that one tornado. Conditional maximum tornado intensity for this event is rated EF1 on the damage scale. EF1 means 86 to 110 miles per hour tornado winds, enough to peel roofs off and throw vehicles around. But if a discrete supercell fires ahead of the main line, EF2 or stronger is absolutely possible. EF2 tornadoes demolish mobile homes, snap large trees, and destroy poorly constructed buildings. That is why mobile home residents in every single county inside this watch need to act tonight. Margaret Collins in Wichita asked, is it safe to shelter in a mobile home during warnings? Margaret, absolutely not. Never shelter in a mobile home during a tornado warning. Not ever. A mobile home offers zero protection against EF1 winds. It will not survive a direct hit. Leave your mobile home and go to the nearest sturdy, permanent structure before storms arrive. A neighbor's brick house, a church, a school, anything with a foundation beats a mobile home. Let me show you the Doppler radar picture that has meteorologists losing sleep tonight out there. Super res reflectivity at 7:15 p.m. shows a line of extreme reds and purples crossing Brady. Purple on a radar return means hail cores so dense the radar signal is nearly saturated tonight. At 7:55 p.m., that line had reorganized and was pushing hard toward Killeen and the Austin suburbs. Rotation signatures are embedded in that line, and that is what produces the nighttime tornadoes. When rotation is embedded inside a squall line, it is called a quasi-linear convective system. QLCS tornadoes spin up extremely fast, sometimes in under 2 minutes from warning to touchdown. 2 minutes is not enough to run. It is only enough time to be sheltered and waiting. That is the single most important reason to shelter now rather than waiting for the warning alert. Tell me in the comments, do you have your shelter spot picked out for tonight already? Type your city and state below and I will confirm your hail or tornado zone for tonight. Now here is the part of tonight's forecast that connects hail and tornadoes in a dangerous way. Large hail falling directly beneath a rotating supercell means the tornado is forming overhead. If you are outside and large hail suddenly stops, that is the silence before the tornado hits. Hail, followed by sudden eerie quiet, is your final warning to move underground immediately tonight. Bless. That tip alone could save your life tonight if you are anywhere in West Central Texas. Now let me fast forward and tell you what the rest of this week looks like beyond the night storms. Monday is quieter across Texas, but the severe weather machine is only pausing to reload, folks. Tuesday brings wind gusts over 40 miles per hour back to Minnesota and the eastern Dakotas. Iowa and Illinois get breezy to gusty Tuesday evening as the next disturbance begins tracking in. Midweek, the heat builds hard. By Friday, May 15th, we are chasing record temperatures, y'all. Wichita, Topeka, and Omaha are tracking toward record high temperatures by the middle of next week. Central and southern plains climbing into the low 100s. That heat is the next storm catalyst. Heat builds the instability. Then, when Gulf moisture surges in, the severe weather machine fires. Models are showing that setup for week 3 of May, and it looks very significant, folks. May 18th through 21st, another major moisture surge targets the plains and the Midwest hard. Rainfall rates of 1 to 2.5 inches per hour during that stretch could trigger widespread flooding. Severe weather returns to the table. Hail, tornadoes, and damaging winds all back in play. Chicago and Indianapolis are in the crosshairs for week 3. This pattern does not play favorites. Detroit, Cleveland, and Pittsburgh. The Ohio Valley needs to watch May 18th through the 21st. Meanwhile, the subtropical jet stream waking up is the real driver behind all of this activity. Warm Pacific moisture and Gulf moisture joining forces on a 2-lane highway into the central U.S. That moisture highway was shut for nearly 2 years. Now it is wide open and loaded up. Every spoke of energy that rides that jet brings another round of hail and tornado potential. We are tracking what could become one of the most active late May periods in recent memory. El Niño criteria are developing, and that historically means more severe outbreaks through June. Oklahoma is going to take a significant dent in the drought that has been building for years. Texas drought relief is also in the forecast, but it comes with another round of severe weather. Drought relief delivered by violent hailstorms is a bittersweet trade. Bless, that is Texas. New Mexico and Arizona, rainfall from the subtropical jet is finally bending your way in late May. Pacific Northwest faces an intensifying drought as the wet pattern stays locked to the south. Oregon, Washington, and Idaho. Fire weather conditions will build through late May into June. Let me come back to the hail threat one final time before we close out tonight's video. If tonight's hail has already hit your car, photograph every single dent before morning light. Hail damage fades on paint over time, and adjusters need fresh photos within 24 hours of impact. Check your roof from the ground with binoculars. Circular bruising on shingles means hail damage. Gutters are your first giveaway. If they show dents and dings, the roof almost certainly does too. AC units and satellite dishes are the easiest to spot for hail damage from ground level tonight. File your insurance claim within 48 hours. Most policies have a strict reporting window, folks. Now here is my final severe weather breakdown city by city for the rest of tonight across Texas. Winters, Robert Lee, and Bronte. Tornado warnings have fired here today. Stay sheltered through midnight. Abilene. Baseball to softball, hail confirmed nearby. Tornado risk highest from 6 to 9 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Brady and San Saba, squall line impact zone, golf ball hail and 70 miles per hour winds active now. Austin, wind-driven 2-inch hail and squall line impact expected between 8 and 10 p.m. Central Daylight Time tonight. San Antonio, 9 p.m. Central Daylight Time is your window. Prepare your shelter and charge your phone before then. Houston and Corpus Christi, overnight wind and hail threat. Check radar before you fall asleep. Is your city on tonight's list? Drop it below and I will personally track it for you. Oklahoma City and Tulsa, your next severe round builds by Wednesday. Stay sharp this week. Kansas City, record heat midweek followed by storm threat in week 3. Mark your calendar now. Minneapolis and Chicago, May 18th through 21st is your week to watch on every weather app. Carry these 3 things with you after watching tonight. They could save your life. Hail stops suddenly, followed by eerie quiet. Move underground immediately. Do not hesitate. NOAA radio and phone alerts on. Shelter location known. Phone charged before dark every storm night. Baseball hail punched through roofs in winters today, and the main squall line is still coming. Tornado warnings, softball hail, and 70 miles per hour winds. Tonight is not the night to gamble on luck. Stay underground if warnings fire, stay off flooded roads, and drop your city for a personal update.